Hey, this is Prometheus giving you another full game. It's going to be Madden Ultimate Team. And guys, I've actually been grinding some solos and I want to show you some of the upgrades that I've actually made with my team. First and foremost, I went ahead and cleaned up my uniforms by going with the Orbits uniforms. I just like the look of the uniforms. I just think they just got a better look to it. Now, on my offensive line, it's pretty much the same as normal, but what I did is I did add Dwight Clark. He's got really good catch in traffic. He's also gets a good release. I actually went ahead and got Emmanuel Sanders as one of the cards that actually dropped to me. And also I went out and bought myself an Ed McCaffrey. I know this is a card that's been used a lot in the game. So on the fullback position, I got Montgomery that actually fell to him just because I've been playing around with my my roster. But I picked up Amon Green, which is a battle-ready 90 running back. He's got really good route running, very good. Now, I did have Drew Brees as my quarterback, but I went ahead and did the Journey 2 and got Matt Stafford. And so far, he seems pretty accurate. He is a he's a conductor, so that means I can make faster audibles. I don't necessarily like that aspect of it, even though it's good to have it in Madden Ultimate Team. I don't like it because I like to use this as my lab for Draft Champions, which I feel is just better competition. Now, when I get to my defense, I definitely made some huge upgrades. I went ahead and took the dive on a Clowney card. I also got Ray Nitschke Speed Edition, and he's really, really good. He just seems to run. He just seems like he makes plays for me. Kraus is my other guy. Then I went ahead and picked up Adams as my free safety. I wanted to try to improve off of what I had as Amos, and I was very limited in my choices. Now, during my Journey solo, I actually picked up this card, which is a Darius Slay 90. And then what I did is I got a Brian Williams 87. He's not that great, but I picked up this Hayes guy. He's actually kind of fast, but he's got really good block shed. So if you could take a look at my defense, it's pretty good. I got a 91 overall, so I got a fairly good team. I got a good offense. Only thing I really need to start shoring up is my offensive line. That's going to give me some better players, and I might need to pick up another tight end, but I do like what I've got right now, and maybe just another stud wide receiver. But for the most part, the receivers I've got, the corners I've got are very good, and Amon Green has been good, at least in the solo. So let's go ahead and jump into a game. Now, as I stated before, I actually got dropped down into All-Pro second string because I didn't make the playoffs in the first string. Just ran into some good players and did have a glitch, basically a disconnect in my last game. But not saying I was able to make the playoffs, but let's go ahead and jump into a game and see what type of opponent we're going to go into. On offense, I'm going to be using the Washington playbook. In particular, I'm going to be using the single back jumbo. I'm also going to be using a single back wing, single back wing trio, and the single back big. In shotgun situations, we'll be using the gun trips Y flex tight, also the gun normal halfback weak, and then I'm going to be using the gun empty bunch Y. There's a couple plays in there that I really do like, but we'll see how things work out. On defense, I'll be using a big dime 2-3-6. I got a couple different plays I'm going to go ahead and utilize. I've got some coverage I'm going to utilize, and hopefully I'll be able to confuse my opponent and get a couple rage quits. All right, it's going to go again. Antonio isn't king, and as you can see, his team is not what I've got. He doesn't have very good cards, so this might be a fast connection here, or might be a fast quit because this guy doesn't have a good roster at all. So he's either really good, or he's just starting out, and I might get a fairly fast rage quit against this with this guy, just because my cards are a lot better, and I've got pretty much 90s across the board outside of my offensive line. My whole team is pretty well stacked, so I'm not used to having this kind of an advantage in the game. So this is kind of a new thing for me. So let's go into and no running room right there. And he drops the ball. Actually makes a very good read. And let's just go ahead and line him up with a blitz. And it didn't get the blitz set up. And couldn't make a play right there with my defensive backs. And he's going to punt the ball. And we're always going to go into cover 6. All right, so a quick 3 and out, and we got the ball on the 45-yard line. We're going to go ahead and take our better blocker, which is going to be McCaffrey, and we're going to go with tight end swap right here, and just going to try to hit him with a stretch. Or hurry up. There you go. So big run right there with Green, and it looked like he was setting up some kind of elaborate blitz out of the gap press, but against the rush it just didn't work, probably with my squad. All right, so the opponent actually goes ahead and takes it out. All right, we're going to go ahead and hit him with the under smoke blitz. And he can set it up again. There he goes, crossing route right there. Didn't get it set up. There you go. So Nitschke's able to go and pick the ball off for me right there. And that's the one thing I do like about this Nitschke. He just seems to make plays. He doesn't get pushed out of the way by the CPU. And he's just been very, very good for me so far from what I've seen. So he's a very good card. 90 overall, Nitschke, and he just plays like a monster. Going to come into an 0-1 trap here. And I get a fumble right there, but my players picked the ball back up. And you wanted to cover 2. All right, so able to go nice little completion right there. He went to buck slant show 2. This guy does seem like he knows what he's doing. I haven't seen anything otherwise. So we're going to come out of the stretch. Going to go an inside cross here. And I waited for the high routes to develop. He stayed in Tampa 2. So I think he's going to go ahead and stay in Tampa 2. Let's go ahead and see if we can hit this guy with my one play, which is going to be the curl drags. If he hits me with pressure, I'm going to get myself in some trouble, but oh, McCaffrey, you got to catch that. That was a right read. Right read. He went into nickel blitz. I'm going to go back to that again. And just good play right there by the defensive back. You went into cover 2, switch things up against me. We're going to go ahead and try to take the points here. That was a bad series offensively. And able to go get 3 points right there on a missed kick. That's one of the advantages of playing Madden Ultimate Team, that if you don't kick the ball correctly, you still can get points up to the uprights. There you go. So big play by the defensive back to take that ball away from him. Good read. Good read. Nice little underneath route like that. A fast little hike. This guy knows what he's doing. He definitely knows what he's doing. He's not a bad player. Screen. Good read. Played the flat right there. He had a guy pulling the flat out of the area. He made a fast read right there. So very, very good choice. Oof. Did a little hitch route, then almost got picked off. Oof. You threw right into coverage right there. I messed them up with the all-out coverage. All right, so we're going to try to mix things up. And a nice little run underneath. Very, very smart. Very intelligent guy. This guy definitely knows what he's doing. He just doesn't have the team to back him up. There you go. Just threw right into coverage. Clowney's able to come down with it right there. And that's one of the things that's so frustrating about that coverage is that you just have, you get your circle routes, your out routes just taken away. So Antonio isn't king. I think he's going to quit out. But this guy's good. he was definitely good. He was a good player. He knew what he was doing. It's just that he didn't have the roster to keep up with my team. And that's one of the advantages of grinding solos. When you grind solos, you actually can get better teams, and when you play a lower bracket, you're gonna do pretty good. So able to go and pick up a fast victory against Antonio Isn't King. Good player, definitely good player. So I'm going to go ahead and take the victory and then move on and hopefully try to polish up this offense and defensive playbook for the Washington Redskins. So to my subscribers, I appreciate the support, and until next time.